Okay, now how much, this is one of the master mechanics that has worked here for all your life,
That's right.
and he's doing what he should do. Am I supposed to keep your head in the...
Yeah, that'd be good. Today is May 9th, 1997. The time is 7 o'clock. This is my last day as a uniformed officer with the Ohio Highway Patrol, and I'm fortunate enough to have my mom and my dad here with me as I get set to retire. You'll see here my badge, my award ribbon for what some would consider safe driving, only those who haven't ridden with me probably, my name bar and shoulder patches. When I started in this organization 27 years ago, the name badge was over here, and it said Patrolman, M-A-N, because we didn't have any women working for us. So the uniform has changed slightly. If you look at my patch, you will see that the patch has a flying wheel on it. The wheel has symbolism as we are a highway patrol unit as opposed to state police. The wings on the wheel have 88 feathers in them for the 88 counties within the state of Ohio. Today is an emotional day. It's been an emotional week. I've had a lot of best wishes from all the people I've worked with and worked for, and so today we're going to wind her up and go in and say a few things and just get her done with. I know that Jason will be able to appreciate this, but part of the last day you spend looking for all that equipment you were issued, and hopefully I'll be able to find it all by the time the day's done. So this is the start of the day. I'm a very, very lucky man, and I've had a great time.
I'm not so sure how lucky you are, because I think your father hasn't got this in focus. Now, that's a good-looking navel you have, though.
Okay, Dad, time to shut her off.
Okay, bye.
You see him, Jen?
Yeah.
With Mom and Dad? Yeah, take it, get those in on the,
What's that? Oh, isn't that neat?
That's a big room. 8. 7.
Not that. He told me it was bigger than that, but that's fine. That's why I wanted to see. For when he's being obnoxious, could be evidence on that.
Now they've got one like colored, it looks like.
Light colored?
Yeah.
Oh, light. I thought you said light.
They'll do it. Let's try it.
Can you see?
Where'd they go? They didn't exert themselves on things.
The one cabinet still smells like chocolate to the right. Cocoa?
All right for now, Steve?
Perfect. Now, in their handouts, don't they give you the dimensions on the rooms, or?
Yeah.
I think we do.
I mean, that's going to be the important measurements. You could put a television there. If you could somehow get that sofa to go like this and that.
We actually didn't have anything from TV.
Well, hi, Jason. Hi, Beth. Here's some more. It's chow time. We missed calling you, and I apologize for that. This is what we got. Whoa, going. We got ribs, Major League ribs, done with a ginger plum sauce. We hope you think it's good. Steve just pointed out that we were able to get most of that smoke inside in the kitchen.
It's very good, Jason.
Leave it out there.
Thank you, little Chrissy. Thank you.
If there were bugs, we'd be worried, or thankful, or grateful, or something.
Yeah.
Now we're just waiting for Bruiser to come.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
It's a lovely day.
Yeah, it is.
First day of your father's retirement.
Yeah.
And the roots are here, except for the German roots. But we hope we'll get all together for Grandpa's 80th.
Yes. And our best to Karen Root, who is also...
I'm the culprit that's supposed to make 80.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to be doing between now and July 22nd. But
Just keep working at it, Dad.
I'm going to try to make 80.
Driving slower, Mom said.
Yes, driving slower, being more careful, and especially in talking to Alice.
Good idea.
Looking out here, Jay, things are coming along real good. One of the things we're hearing some definite rumblings about would mean that this highway down here would go to a 3 or 4 lane, which might mean that this big boy would have to come down. That big oak tree back here, which I think would seriously detract from the way things look. So, I don't know. Interesting, but going pretty good. Oh yeah. I hope this is running. I hope I'm not too far out of focus. Miss you guys a lot. Yesterday was an emotional day. A lot of stuff going on. Had a nice turnout. And of course it was so meaningful to have Steve and Mom and Dad here. That was really good. Kurt, Kim, were wonderful. And it was just a nice day. It was an emotional day. But you know your dad by now, and you know that's pretty much how it is. At the end, everybody got back to work. We loaded our stuff up and came back. They got some real nice plaques for me, some real nice presentations of uniform insignias and rank insignias that I wore over the years. So that was good. That was really pretty neat. The day was pretty cranky as far as the weather. It's just started to break up, and now we're getting the breaking skies. Tomorrow's going to be 70 degrees as Mom and Dad and Steve drive home and back to Buffalo. That'll be good for them, and of course it's good that Dad can get a little bit of relief on the driving duties. I'm going to turn this stuff. I'll be right back. I just flipped the ribs over. Been on 3 to 5 minutes, and what I'll do is give them a minute or two with the meat side down, seal in the juices. This stuff's looking good. I can see you making a dent in these big boys. Too bad you won't be able to. I'm going to send over a little care package for you, a videotape of the retirement ceremony, a little videotape of this place, and some other care package items for you. Beth, you sweetheart, thank you, darling, for coming over Friday night. Everybody raved about you. You met everybody so nicely. It was really good. It was really good. And you were a big, big help. Beth, we sold $5,100 worth of stuff out of our house in those next 2 days. I mean, they bought everything, just about everything. So, hey, how can life be bad? More later. So anyway, where was I? Tomorrow, little Chrissy Stoughton takes off, goes to Youngstown to see her mom, and then we'll be back. Monday is the 12th. A week from Monday, we move on the 19th and go into our new apartment. I think I've got some film on there of the new apartment. It's got a nice view. It's an apartment. But Chrissy's been wonderful. Chrissy has made me what I am today, homeless and unemployed. It's been a nice time. I miss the hell out of you guys. I hope to see you sometime. I'm not sure how, I'm not sure when, but I'm committed to seeing you and coming to Germany to see you. Just haven't figured that part out of it yet. So, love you both. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. It's a bro boy! Rosa! It's a bro boy! Hi, buddy!
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
There's a Crookster.
How are you?
Bruiser.
Hi, bro.
Bruiser. He got it back, so he smells a little bit.
All right. Hi, buddy. All right.
And don't they act like
Bring
they
Jason and Beth up to speed, Mom, about what's going on.
Look at me.
Kim and Kurt just came, and the dog, Bruiser came, and we're having a wonderful time. Your dad has done a magnificent job. I better sign off and getting cheery.
Okay, thanks, Mom. Now it is. It's on now. Oh, yes.
There's no light.
Where's the light?
Trust me. It's saying REC. Actually, the light's right there. See?
Oh!
Pretty magic, Pretty
your
magic.
thumb. Okay. Oh, then it's entirely different. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Herr Jason and
Oh, we might as well make this look real, huh?
Fraulein Beth?
Fraulein Beth,
That's the word we're looking
we missing you.
Fraulein Mimi.
Fraulein Mimi. Mimi. Dogs don't do drugs. Good dogs don't do drugs. Yeah.
Mimi.
Mimi.
She's a bad dog.
I don't get what you like.
Wish you were here again.
we certainly do.
We've provided for you.
We certainly do.
We set plates aside for you, but then
fact-
we, you know, ate all that stuff.
That's yours and I did it.
More later, guys. Well, here we are on the Jerome Hotel, a Bristol 38, with little Chrissy Sue Stoughton and I. Yeah, from the companionway, moving in on the Bristol 38. No refrigeration here, so that would have to do. We'd have to do that. I think it's just a DC thing, and we would want cold plate, probably either a Gruner or a Seafrost. The only negatory here so far is that the galley is just a little bit tight. All right. Panning inside. Hard to get back any further. Folding table. The leaves are such that if the table is up, it will reach this bunk without a big amount of problem. One thing that David noted was the ability of the boat to open up forward. The boat has just got a ton of storage space in it, and we really like that. Everywhere you look, there's storage space. It's very well thought out. See storage there. Everything about the boat just seems to be what we like,
You know what's different
and
here though?
lots of opening ports.
All this on the other boats, this stuff here is white and it makes it look bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is teak overlay, not solid teak, like a veneer finish. No back on your nav station. I knew there was one of them, I couldn't remember which one it was. Didn't have back on it.
It's rear quarter berth, generally called the garage. Got a CO2 and a propane sniffer, which we like. Electronics is good. LORAN is outdated. GPS is nice. Can convert to a handheld. Radar is fairly contemporary, maybe 3 years old. Capability to interface the three, but they are not hooked up right now.
You don't have the spirit thing.
We also like the cushion color. Cushion color will be good as far as your ability to
But I have no
make it look
opening
clean.
ports.
opening ports. You've got one on the port, and hello, two on starboard. These two open up, and a nice hatch here. Stand-up shower in, well, hello. Stand-up shower in the head with the shower draining to its own small bilge and own pump so that your shower water isn't going into the general area of the boat. Hot water. Boat has had two owners. Forward B berth is nice. Got a lot of room here. As you can see, this section here fills in nice, makes a nice sleeping area for two people. With nice variation and storage. Gonna come in here a little bit. Hello, sunshine. Hanging locker over in here. And a pretty big hanging locker. As a matter of fact, a real big hanging locker behind the door here. And access into shower and head area from guest companionway. That's cool. Don't know what the hell the little knob is over there. Some general thoughts. Boat has a heater inside, which would help us in the either the Lake Erie or the New England mornings. Some general thoughts, babe. Look towards the camera, please.
Well, I'm thinking. I don't know. I like it. It's roomy for the size that it is.
Roomy 38.
Yeah, roomy 38. I don't know if it's the best boat for a shed.
Okay.
I don't know.
Now looking around at this pup, she's got a Lazy Jack sail system on her. Going up to the top. I think that's Raytheon. And the Lazy Jack sail system. Nice equipment up forward as far as grounding tackle. And as you can see, there's a young gentleman here who is shooting the boat because they're doing up the dark blue hull, which is a damn pretty hull. Fairly clean looking deck. Higher tow rails are a nice safety feature on it. Although the sidelines, the stanchions are not as tall as we'd like. The grounding locker here has a water system that you can turn on so that you can be washing your anchor rod as it comes up, washing it with the water that you're sitting in, not your fresh water. Don't know where the other anchor is. But the grounding tackle that is on the boat, I'll take the earlier remark back, it's sort of modest. Hey, Chrissy. Oh, come on now. Time to go? All right, we're out of here. A couple of things to like about the Bristol. It's a modified fin keel, which gives you flexibility with a dagger board that takes it down to about 7 foot if you're trying to sail tight to the wind. Also notice the protected rudder and the way that it's designed to protect snags and protect the prop.
through-hole fitting.
Somewhat of a drawback is the 11 through-hole fittings. And here's what she looks like. By way of narrative, this is where we spent most of the day yesterday. And as a matter of fact, we were on these two boats. The boat to the right is the Tiana, and it is a bit of a tub. And then there is a Toshiba, which is a newer boat. We were on it. It's a Tushing boat, liked it, full keel, lots of room inside. Fairly popular choice in the cruising community. Now I do want to show you the blue boat here in the middle. That is an Olsen, a Swedish boat, and it had a couple on board that had a 2-year-old in a bosun's chair that was right up there yesterday, tinkering around. He was born on that boat. They had him strapped in real good. He could have gone upside down and pretty well hung on. And he was up playing, and he was in the areas and around the boat and floating around, and just doing a really neat thing while the people worked their tails off. This is not a big boat. Not a big boat at all. And as you'll see down here, there are a number of boats that we looked at, one of which was this Tazewell. Beautiful boat, 309K. Get out your checkbook, Dad. Wow. But we're going up to the Passport, which is right next to it. I do want to just give you a little bit better view of Annapolis Harbor here. Just tremendous. Sailboats all over, big sailboats, beautiful area. and we have seen some monster boats. Passport 40. Big boat. Stress the importance of having a bimini or a boat that could handle a bimini or a sailing top that could keep you out of the sun while under sail. Just talking to the couple with the Olsen, they said the smallest boat possible. Get the smallest boat possible and hold off on any major decisions as far as purchases until you've been out with it for a while. Cockpit area. A view of the galley and companionway. This is the quarter berth, again what they call the garage. This is very, very roomy. It's a great guest area. This is a bigger boat. This is definitely a bigger boat. And a custom little area up here for a guest. Chrissy, some offhand thoughts about this boat?
It's just more open. More open. It's tighter walk area, but it's gives you a more open feeling. The galley is like 100% bigger, at least. One thing about it is that, you know, you have bookshelves and area over there to store stuff. You have some here. You may lose a little, but there's a TV in the same area the other one, so I think one thing that really helps here is the cushions are a lighter color. And then you're getting a solid teak versus a veneer.
Lots of opening hatches in the cooking area.
Yeah. Refrigerator is accessible top and bottom. Great counter space.
Either Gruner or Seafrost on the cooling.
Here's for your crackers and buns and such. To keep them fresh and moisture out. Cutting boards that pull out. Cutting board that fills, that you can use to cover the stove as for a look or for cutting board actual use. Handrails at eye level versus above you. Spice rack out.
This is a boat, as Chris was saying, that she could move on to. These chairs are an interesting look. Very comfortable. A great nav station with great access as far as shouting things back and forth.
The difference on this nav station is you're facing me, the other one you're not facing me.
And if you lie down on this bunk, this is a huge bunk.
Oh, and then there's the hole back here. Put your feet in.
Yeah, there's the capability to lie long on this is fine.
It feels like your mattress. Lights here. Now right over in this area here is where the mast is stored.
And in this area, you've got the capability to store long poles, brooms, and stuff like that. And storage area. Four-peak area's got a lot of room in it.
It looks a little more welcoming, don't you think?
Oh yeah, but it's a lot more boat. Hi guys. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right under here is where the engine is located, and this whole area removes not only just the initial part, but the whole area from up where Chris is like pointing. Makes the engine access nice, although it is directly within your compartment.
All the fixtures on this are brass. Door handles and such.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised this is plastic.
A look at our instrumentation.
Should you shoot that leak in the back? A little bit here too.
You're screwing me up, kid.
Hmm?
You're screwing me up. This is macro record.
Screw up the carpet here. The piece is pulled out. See that?
Yeah, I saw that, hon. Wow. I got it.
Do you get nauseated at all when you're filming and doing that?
Right next to Chris is an area that has a TV in it and a radio. Is that a CD player with it as well, huh?
It's not playing. Yep, CD.
Toys. Also looking a little bit at some of these cracks around the surface of these particular back hatches, showing a little bit of problem here.
You're gonna get it like a router pin.
makes you wonder if they've had any bottom problems. Boat is a cutter rig boat. And just for the hell of it, a little shot over here at what is a very, very pretty boat. And a pretty damn big one at that, too. One of the things that the folks said was you want to keep it at, the folks being the people on the Olson, Debbie and Chris, that if you can keep it under 40 foot, you're better off, because exponentially you really get whacked once you get over 40 foot. As far as storage, dockage, and all that. Oh, hello. I believe that's Z. All right, we're over at Carroll's Creek now. We were going to give you a little view of the marina again. You can see that dome. Whoops, not on the dome. Let's try... that's the state capitol over there. That shows you how tight we are here in Annapolis. Gonna have some lunch. Well, here we are, folks. I'm on top of the scenic overlook, and this is part of the Chesapeake Bay, and specifically what I'm seeing. Change the focus on this. Is the United States Naval Academy. Pretty neat. State capitol there, down. This area, this lawn area, it appeared that they were getting ready perhaps for graduation. A little bit further over. And then panning to this area that we're at, which is the scenic overlook area. Dedicated to a four-time governor of Maryland named Ritchie. He who has honor does not die. Here we are with little Chrissy Sue Stoughton. We're about to go over the Bay Bridge. We're going down to Oxford, Maryland, and Chris is driving. Here's a view
Have a seat, please.
of the bridge.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, here we go. Now this is the bridge.
Chesapeake Bay.
Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
Yeah, this is the Chesapeake.
Ooh,
Wow.
BMF. I'm going to pan a little right here. Yeah. Got this a little bit better. Not getting much of a view here. Just holding it up here, hoping for a good shot. Coming up on some major spans here. This is one hell of a bay, I can tell you that from what I can see and what you can't. Big, big area. Looks like we're opening up the Lake Erie over on the right. room to learn what you're doing.
This is a bridge I thought we were going to have to cross for our plane. Nose dive right into the line. Oh, it looks a little crackly.
I don't know why I'm taking these pictures. It's really not that interesting. There's some nice real estate. Here we are. This is the town of St. Michael's. Lots of small dockages, not a lot that's real big.
Did you get that okay?
St. Michael's Inn. Sun's just come out. We've just been down by Tillman Island. Forgot to crack the video. Looks like somebody's anchored out there and they're just coming in their inflatable to check the place out.
Look at the big wooden mast behind them.
Yeah, those are the working booms of the shrimp boats or whatever. Shrimp oyster boats. This is a boat we found in Oxford. It has basically a Cape Dory design. And it is a pretty damn thing. Oh, hello. Hi, folks. The lines on the boat look like it's just barely been used. 700 hours on the engine, and we'll bet that pretty much that's been the time on the boat has been motoring. Engine's a real tight fit, tight access. Noticing the detail on the boat, looking at things like the chafe pads for the lines.
It's autopilot, Hydra B&G. Got 738 hours on the engine.
Okay. All lines lead aft, tight hydraulic, backstay, stored inside. And here's the galley. Interior is white. Seafrost unit. That's engine access. Now look at in here.
Because at that point when we're selling them, it's sort of like...
Oh, I bet.
And then they always say, now, why is the owner selling it? And you go, she doesn't know. What is the story? What?
Yeah, it's the one that moved here.
Right.
They, we'll get more trip when they get to Rhode Island. I think. I'm glad you took the time to share.
Well, I mean, this is a nice boat. That angle's probably nice. You sit here and lean back. Safe. And actually, see,
I like that.
Late 80s, early 90s, the passports.
That's usually what I
Yep, you're right.
It's almost the reverse.
This is what it is, big cell point. One head forward and shower within the head, not particularly contained by anything. And the mask keeps you company while you shower. Now this is a boat that I found to be very, very attractive. It's an Allied. It is not for sale that we're aware of. As I understand it, not a commonly found boat. It is a boat that you can find. Has a white interior. Pretty damn thing. Stand behind it, it's just so gorgeous. We got up top here. Raytheon, okay. Okay. How's she rigged? Nice Dodger. Don't know if you can see the minnows in the water right below the boat. It is as pretty a boat, I think, as I have seen. Taking some look inside, you can see a little bit. Watch Jim fall in the water. Looks like white counters. Looks tastefully done. This is helpful as all hell, isn't it? And guess who was out looking at us? Isn't she pretty?
There's Gene and they just got one barn over there.
We'll start the narrative a little bit later, but just a brief view here of Stonington. We've just got on a launch. There's young Chris, young James, and our pilot Ben, and a Concordia yawl. And we're going out to look at a couple boats. All right, here we are inside the Rainbow. Chris, myself, Jim McFarland on board. James is tearing up,
Wrecking things.
wrecking things. quarter berth. Previous owner, one owner only. Owner was 6'8".
Box.
Nice little. Generally, what they do is do something like that, babe.
What was the combination you used?
3487. It's because I got a little plastic dish in here. You'd sweep it in, but that's so you can pump. Pump like hell if you have to. There's a aluminum handle here someplace. Solid rod.
I thought maybe just that might be
You got
a similar combination. I was just trying to try it.
Sorry about that, folks. Got a little out of focus. Let's get back and take a look.
Or just 487.
12-volt heating system or a 12-volt cooling system, and radiator for the cooling system outside the engine compartment. This is good.
That one doesn't feel as heavily padded. You can tell it was probably slept on more.
Oh, I would change all these cushions, buy new foam.
But you know that out of all the boats we have sat in, these are probably
A while. We'd have to sit here and have dinner or something. You might find it uncomfortable.
range that.
Standard marine head.
Yeah, we like to
And
try
that comes out
to
as a shower.
A lot of the storage areas are I'd almost think you'd want to put some type of. And I guess it depends on what you're storing. If clothes can fly, that's not a problem.
Not much of flying over this. And storage.
I like it because
Okay, that one
it's
is-
airflow.
Okay. Got it.
And that's a nice arrangement. The only thing that I would probably do away with it. Lift it out of the rock, please. Jim just remarked ship-based stove, good name.
Jim remarked that boat sucks. Our rule of thumb would not apply in this boat. 1 foot of bookshelf for every foot of boat.
Yeah, well,
Our water tank is down here, below the cabin sole, welded into the hull, where you've got them in the seats. And that's all our can storage and so forth, additional weight down low. I don't see a lot of can storage that is easily...
And the galley.
I'm thinking of
compensate
whether
for
we
the
really
waste.
want to bring in the sails and store sails and stuff like that.
You're not going to have... I don't think you're going to have all that many sails, are you?
Yeah, I hope, well,
That's your... This is a water lift muffler, or water lock muffler, depending who says it.
This engine's a water-cooled engine.
Well, it's freshwater cooled, raw water cooled. It's both. The actual lining of the engine, I'm going, without looking again, is her pickup in the front. I'm popping around. You know that's going to have a glass of oil.
The hatches will probably have to be replaced, as will the teak flooring be regrouted and filled. That's about the only negative here. Impressed with the rigging, Norse ends on the rigging. Just a real sweet looking thing. We think we've spotted damage on the starboard side that she got popped once as well, but we couldn't see interior evidence of same. Ritchie compass. Boat shows some wear and tear. Back has got fitting for Aries wind vane. And here's a look at the girl as we're pulling off.
Thank you very kindly, sire.
Half circle around the boat, please, Ben. Sweet lines. Very sweet lines. She been everywhere. She been everywhere. I'm sorry, wrong goddamn speed. Thank you, sir. Tons of storage here. Tons of it. Look at this hanging locker, all in the aft cabin. And appears to have a heating system. View out the rear quarter.
See the door latch, you can.
And major hatch. Phew. Chris.
Yeah.
Smile. Great GPS, so-so radar. Nav station's not bad. As you can see, this berth pulls out, and here are lead claws to keep you in the saddle, so to speak, while you're there. And because God has a sense of humor, I absolutely love this boat, and she doesn't. Jim is taking the brunt of Hurricane Christine right now as she's saying what she doesn't like, and Jim is trying to say, well, yeah, but it ain't no big thing. By the way, every time that you lift up these floorboards, it's factory clean. There is no bilge, odor, stain, or anything. Same for engine compartment. The boat is very, very well kept. It's Bristol kept. It's just perfect. God, this is pretty. Everything you could imagine and want, it's here. It's beautiful. It would survey out, and she don't like it.
At the dock at all? Stand by, I'll check it out. Standing by on 7-8.
Wonderful boat is.
Dawson, come in, please. This is Minnie Dawson. Yes, sir. How long would you like to be at the dock? As long as I can possibly get in there for we 2 to 3 hours if possible. I have to check. I'd like to be able to give you that kind of time. I have to check to see if any of these boats that are here are going to be vacating because we have a few guests arriving. I want to make sure I don't double book here. Stand by and we'll try to help you out. That's affirmative. Many on, standing by, 7-8.
And our go, Rainbow. Here we are, beautiful downtown Newport, Rhode Island. Started checking things out. We've just had some Starbucks coffee, checked in with David Walters, and are now going to go in and take in a bookstore and maybe a little bit of a salad. Come on, Chrissy, tell them what's up.
I'm hungry.
Oh, okay. See you later. Just stopped and came by this and thought it was just a very cute little way of an entryway. It's to a gallery. And here's some stone. I want you to take a look at this heron and the construction, which is brass. And that's how the whole creature looks. Just very nice. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. This is all I need. Wonderful. And I think that's a little Buddha over there. Yes, it is. I want you to take a look here. This is the salads that we got today. I'm just piled high with shrimp scallops and a tortilla shell with some red onion, honey mustard dressing.
Thank you.
And here's a little Chrissy salad. And, well, hello. Here's little Chrissy. So what do you think, folks? This is the Red Parrot. Just checking things out. We're fairly close to a window. And that's the post office. And right over here is Perry Mill, where we're going to go a little bit. Back on top and in the cockpit on Rainbow.
Did you get this stuff opened up? Shot?
No, it did not. Okay, on 3. Here you go.
This is a storage area underneath the, what is it?
Rear quarter berth.
Rear quarter berth.
Talk
The
about
storage.
deep. how deep and
It goes all the way. What do you mean?
how far back does the storage run?
Goes all the way back down to the, I don't know, 7 foot. And then
Okay.
there's another area there that opens up. That you
So a fairly big storage area underneath
Right.
there.
and then behind that, there's also a hole in the wall where you can store more things.
Okay, very good.
This up here is a shelf area that stores some things. I'm not sure what this is. There's a fan back in here. Okay, I gotta put this back in. This will stop.
As you come down the companionway, off to the left is a sitting area, which also has storage in it,
Pots and pans.
for pots and pans, and a hanging locker for
Wet
wet gear.
locker.
A wet locker.
Yeah.
Wet locker meaning that there is a drain in the base of it that'll go into the build.
It's only for us. Okay.
An idea or a suggestion that might be an area where you could put a generator set if you were trying to increase your capacity of your batteries. Okay.
Freezer.
Now, as you look into the refrigerator and freezer, what you're going to see here is a coil system which is not as efficient as a plate system. And that is what you're seeing here. Plenty of room. Pretty deep, but not efficient. Navigation station is rear facing towards the companionway. Storage here, access. Most of the instruments are somewhat dated here.
Storage here.
You go inside on the sailboat, what you're going to find is that all of the hatches are pretty well worn and would have to be replaced for any serious sailing. They are all showing a lot of wear. The engine in here is also a BMW, which is sort of a rare find. It is tough to be repaired. We also would want to make some considerations in that regard. The electronics, about the only electronic of serious value is the ship-to-shore radio. Right there. A fairly new install. What you see here is the four-peak. Four-peak has separate chain lockers for a separate chain rode. Not particularly substantial. That's just a piece of plywood in there.
That's pretty good in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
It'd be better if it was some sort of laminated or something that was a little bit better for the weather. But separate
like
chain rode. Okay, here's Chris in the four-peak, and it gives you a little bit of an idea of the size. She's laying down there and taking a photograph of the four-peak area. This type of dresser drawer arrangement on either side, and a nice hanging locker. Wave again. Over here. Again, because of the size of the boat, fair amount of stuff that you can put into it. Interior is dingy, not particularly clean. Looking at a second storage just past the
I'm going to turn around here and
that area.
shoot this.
Okay. All right. All right. And here's your four-peak stowage. Again, roomy. Sleeping bags, garbage bags. Just a whole lot of chit. And
that's where your mildew smell's coming from,
here
right
we
there.
are.
At least part of it.
Well, then leave it up, babe.
Well, I don't, that's their decision.
No, we'll leave it up. Just. Probably one of the bigger or more appealing aspects of this boat is that it is fairly long and fairly open, and this is something that seems to draw Chris to it quite a bit. wide openness, and I am sitting right now on the corner of the forepeak. And you look back in here, this is the shower head with basically your shower removing from those faucets over there. That's your standard marine head. Nothing fancy. Somewhat of a drawback is that the only ventilation is right here. Opening port or door head here would be very nice. No opening ports on the side. We do have the hatches popped forward and amidship, plus the companionway that we haven't opened up. There's one over the sink we haven't opened up. We're getting a nice breeze now, and it's a light day. Table is substantial, sturdy. These fit nice. The previous owner, the only owner was 6'8", an insurance guy for Aetna Insurance. His son worked with Sparkman and Stevens, and may actually have worked with Lyman Morris, and oversaw the construction of the boat. More storage on the boat behind your settees. And a kerosene heater, nice for New England. The stereo system is pretty much a throwaway. Mostar, yes. This is a sample bilge access. This is our fuel tank right down here with a dipstick. Gives you an idea of the general condition of the boat, general condition of the bilge. As you can see, not a whole lot of work done on it. A little bit of water. Pretty much needs some elbow grease. Looking at the back, we come up. The unit is equipped with a radar. That's your GPS antenna, the left side of the radar. Everything seems to be pretty much the issue they had when they did the circumnavigation, which translates into old, as well as the solar panels. Back is equipped for an Aries wind vane. Don't know what this pup is. Looks like somebody came up and had a little bit of juice and food on the boat, because there's a kid snack type stuff. I wonder if Grandma and Grandpa had the kids up on it. This is supposedly how they take it cruising. That's Chris up at the forepeak. We're looking back. The sails would have to be redone. A particular area of concern is the deck and the deck work. What we're talking about here, friends and neighbors, is when we look down, you're seeing things like this, and that basically is where the teak is starting to come up. And we've got spots like that over the deck where that is occurring. Also, when you look down here, what you'll find is that you'll come back. Let's see if I can get, yeah, here's spots like this where the caulkings come out. So the whole thing needs to be redone and recaulked. A no fun job. Looking here at the mast, when we took a look under the floorboards in there, the mast is sitting in a bunch of gunk. It probably needs to be pulled and cleaned off so electrolysis doesn't take place. The heads on the stays are Norseman heads. They're good stuff, but pretty much everything else has, again, got to go. Over on this other side, a cut hole, just sort of taped over. Now we're on board a boat called Stormy Weather, which is another Sigwin, but it is a fundamentally different boat. It's much better maintained, much newer systems. Lazy Jack sail system. Hell, where do I start? Come back. The design is fundamentally different with a center cockpit. Hatch to a head. There's two heads in it. Reporter berth. Boat just coming in. Looks like a Toshiba. Back on board here. Here's your life raft. Here's the back locker with just an absolute ton of stuff in it. And on board like that. Capability to put in another shorter stay forward of the mast. Grounding tackle is somewhat light unless it's stored somewhere else. Coming back. Everything is just marvelously maintained. That's your AC unit. Everything is just real damn pretty. A look above with a fairly substantial spinnaker pole, which DAC just recently all grouped. Down here is what she looks like as far as the interior. It's just a gorgeous little boat with a couple of cosmetic exceptions, but it's got a ton of stuff in it that the other boat doesn't.
Her bilges are the same dirt. It's just as dirty as Rainbow's.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
Alright, a little cosmetic thing here.
A lot of water down. A lot of something down in here.
Alright. Oops, sorry. Hang on, let me come around. Take a look at the bilges. Oh, yes they are.
I just find that interesting.
Systems are wholly different. It's a whole different setup. Whole different setup in here. Cold plate refrigeration system, which is Seafrost.
See, this is sitting in water. We saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
That's just as dirty. This was maintained by a captain.
Alright.
And air conditioning, not heating.
Yeah, Florida boat. Look at the galley. Top of the line stuff in the galley, with the exception of the microwave. Nav station is a standing nav station and wet bar. And fridge.
But
Seat
you're not getting
cushions
the
there.
ground, like you said, the ground tackle.
Yeah, outside was recently repainted. The finish in this forward cabin and in this boat, as you can see, is a lot different. Newer fans. Take this area over here. Doors finished. Things closed up, so things aren't coming out. Just not so much of an open area. Questions that are raised are, is it nice or necessary?
Same deal.
And an overhead port in the front head, which we like.
We saw some rust around the edges.
And we've got a fair amount of opening ports in here as well. Alright. Walking back past the wet bar into the rear cabin, which Rainbow would not have. Just an amazing, amazing setup here. You've got onboard air conditioning. A little head in here. And this is the shower area. Behind the mirror in the companion is your compressor systems for the engine.
Garbage drawers.
Our little galley bunny, Chrissy Stoughton. Chris likes the opening ports. I like the boat.
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
But I don't think we want to get... We don't have a stat sheet. We don't know what else we need. We need to move on. Because we're going up on 20 to 5.
I know. I'm just showing everybody what this looks like.
Oh, look, there's a bridge over there. We're going to go over.
Yeah. Whoops. this isn't working like I want. Oh, we'll try something else. I think I like this a little better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're starting to look at Newport Harbor. This isn't the bridge we sailed under, but it's close. Looming out here is the bridge that connects this part of the bay.
Money, 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 honey, honey. Come on, I need money for the toll booth.
Right, little bit of regatta time down in Newport Harbor. Oh crap, the battery's going. Oh, hang on, honey. Just stay with me a little while longer. No.
Should I drive faster? Make him sick?
Stay well, little harbor, stay well. This is where we saw everything, Shamrock. Wonderful shed, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Make sure you're at point 2 on.
Yeah, great pictures of the sky. It's absolutely beautiful. This is where we were. This is what we did. Thank you, little Duracell. You did well.